Yeah, and so seeing Xbox crash and burn is like they should have died a long time ago. The only reason these assholes are still here is because Microsoft is a $1 trillion company with billions of dollars to throw away. Because if this was any other company, if you look back in the past, that other consoles that tried the strongest console ever, they died, and we've never heard from them again. They ceased to exist. Whole stock liquidated. Everyone who worked there got fired, laid off, and they had to find new work. But Microsoft, oh, well, good thing we got Windows, so we just got infinite money. It's like, dude, I hate corporatism, man. This shit,
Uh,
ugh. But
Terrible, terrible.
this does kind of segue into our next topic, Tekken,
Oh man,
endless patches edition.
the greatest game ever.
Yep, so good you gotta
Mm,
wait. You played it for 2 weeks, like, oh, time to patch. And this is very noteworthy because Tekken has traditionally always been a fighting game that came out on arcades first to handle the brunt of balancing.
Yep.
But now that that's no longer a thing, and we all live in the digital future where everything can be just fixed with a mouse click and a patch away. Now Tekken 8, and I knew this was gonna happen. I just didn't think it'd happen this fast. Two
Yeah.
weeks? Oh, come
Yeah.
on, y'all.
It's terrible. And my thing is, like I've said this in like previous streams, their whole thing was okay. Well, we want the game to be aggressive. We want this to be the most aggressive Tekken game ever. And then the game comes out. It's too aggressive. We made it too aggressive. We
Yeah,
can't we can't have that.
yeah,
It's like,
Dragunov fucking throwing his legs on too many people.
bro, it's like stand on what you say. It's like, if you want the game to be crazy, which it was, we didn't seen it, you know, it's like make it crazy. But now they're backtracking. They're backtracking on what they said. They don't want the game to be as offensive as they say they wanted it to be. So
Yeah, because I'm like, I can understand like some of the bug fixing that that's always a good thing. That I think that's supposed to be the main appeal of patchwork. But when it comes to like toning down aggression, like this move is 2 plus. I'm like, I thought that was the point. Like you gave him a whole swing, animation, zoom out, run up. I'm like, wow, you got to be plus for that shit. But here we are. you know,
yeah,
Billy Donuts didn't Tekken 7 also get patched. Here's the difference. Because with Tekken 7 was kind of like the beginning of the end for that, but Tekken 7 and all the Tekkens before that came out a year prior to the console release via arcades, and that's where most of like the main patching occurred. Any patchwork that followed after was kind of more how do you describe it? That was Namco and Harada realizing that this is just the way it is. We have to patch because people want new shit. They want more stuff, seasons and all that stuff. So the more stuff they add, the more stuff they break, which requires more patching behind that. There was only one patch in Tekken Tag 2 that I'm aware of after it came out, and that was to address, and it was like the same problem because the only character that needed the patch was a DLC character that was not in the base game during the testing for the arcade release, and that was True Ogre or Ancient Ogre. He had one of Lee Chalon's strings that
oh yeah,
infinite in the corner, and the only reason he got away with it because he wasn't in the damn game during the testing phase in the arcade release.
I mean,
But
remember
now,
Leroy though?
yeah, so all the new characters come out. They ain't got no time to test the shit, so it's like fuck it.
Leroy
like,
them custom block orbitals, boy.
yeah. Not only that, and a lot of like this generation of gamers bitch about anything. So a move that is probably just strong and not busted, people bitch about, and then Tekken's on Twitter is like, oh, everyone's struggling with Kazumi's down 4-1, pat nerf it. Like,
yeah. It's but this game is a 10 out of 10 game. That's what people are saying. 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. but we have all these issues. And I think like this is like just the beginning. They already hinted at like, okay, this is the beginning, but they got like 90 other things that they got to fix with the game, which is
Yeah.
like really, really crazy.
And it's just a sign of the times. Like I can tell Harada is not a fan because he was very outspoken against the idea of re-releasing the same game several times throughout its lifespan to artificially extend it, like Street Fighter was doing, and then Dead or Alive started doing. But it's just
Yeah,
it's unfortunate because as time goes on, it's like, look, dude, the higher up the suits are gonna be like, we need to profit off this game in a live service format. So if you don't get on board, ain't gonna be no Tekken because Tekken Tag 2 didn't do too well, and Tekken
yeah,
7 wasn't expected to do as well as it did. That game, I wonder how long it would have lasted on its own, but you know,
yeah.
modern gaming.
Can you share my screen really quick?
Oh yeah,
But yeah, it, it's like like you said, Harada. It seemed like he really didn't want to go this route. You know, I feel like somebody said, okay, well, you have to do the game this way, or else you can't do it. So he
yep.
probably had to give in to a lot of demands that he didn't want to in order to get this game out. But let's see. I think Devil Jin got nerfed, Dragonoff got nerfed, Jack Gate got nerfed, June got nerfed, Leo got nerfed,
All the
Leo got
aggressive
nerfed.
characters.
Yeah. Nina got nerfed. Uh, I think those were the main people that got nerfed. But like, this is like the tip of the iceberg. Like, there are characters that still have really jacked up stuff that they haven't even touched yet. You know?
Yeah, which kind of makes me question the whole point of the closed network test. Like, was that just for making sure the online worked?
Yeah, it's always just online. They don't care, but they don't ever test the characters. It's like basically like in this new day and age, like we're basically the old arcade beta testers.
Yeah. Yep. That's true.
All right, Cross.
No, never. Mm-mm.
This is the best game. If you don't like it, you suck. Like, and here's the thing. Like, I do kind of want to play the game, but I don't want to play it for the same reason I played Tekken 7 or Tekken Tag 2 or Tekken 6 because it's just like I feel like I'm playing Smash Bros now.
Damn,
Like,
just
Yeah.
yeah. In
Like
in
it's
who and what? I don't know what you're talking about.
so I've talked about this with other people. Uh, this game was made for the casual audience. So like anything that like the casuals can't deal with or can't do, they specifically made this game so they wouldn't struggle. You know, like backdashing, Korean backdashing is hard. Okay, well, let's make backdashing harder. Newer players, casual players, they whiff a lot. Like moves miss. All the top players are Korean backdashing, making the casual players miss and doing this. I was like, oh, well, you guys have trouble with that. Let's make the hitboxes huge.
hit
So
everything.
so you hit everything. You're not gonna miss, you know. So like, there's a lot of things with the game that's like really helping out people play the game. Where Tekken has historically been a game where the player makes the character. You know, they have their weaknesses, they have their strengths. You know, some characters are better than others. But in this game, it's like they almost tried to like make everybody good so that the casual players can actually do something when they're playing against people, you know. So
Yeah,
it's a lot of hand holding.
it creates a more chaotic, uh, and I guess that's what they wanted, a chaotic presentation. Because like when I look at the game, even the top players are just like, I have to use the move. I can't play Tekken 7 anymore. Like
Yep.
these moves are just hitting me. I
Mm,
gotta
I
I
mean,
gotta defend myself. Ah!
that
yeah.
heat system I heard about, boy. I heard that joint is just the cheapest damn thing. Like
It's
people over
like
here like losing white life. They're like they're about to lose a whole game. Then they say, nah, bro, I'm gonna activate this heat. I'm gonna get my health back, and then I'm gonna beat your ass because you don't know how to handle this shit. It's like this is
yeah.
ridiculous.
And see, the thing is, there are like layers upon layers upon layers of comeback mechanics. Like you just said, oh, well, you dying? Well, just attack and you'll get your life back. Oh, well, you dying? Oh, this heat smash move is strong. Or you want to go into heat, you got this armored move that eats up animations. So you got that, and then you have the rage arts on top of that, and then you got your rage on top of that. It's like comeback mechanic after comeback mechanic after comeback mechanic.
Yeah,
And like they are holding people's hands like super hard.
yeah. And the thing, and this is the thing that kind of bugs me because like Dead or Alive 5, I think really implemented new mechanics in the best possible way that didn't break the game because those mechanics stayed true to the formula that is Dead or Alive. Those super charge up moves that do the cool animation shit can still be held. You didn't get a damage buff when you were about to die. You just got access to the move. And the stagger system that led to guaranteed damage, you got a little bar that you had to exceed that. I forgot what it was called, but once you exceeded it, you got a free uh, full damage launcher juggle.
Yeah,
And
I know
it's
what
like,
you're talking about.
and looking at Tekken, it's like there's none of that. Like it's just a bunch of random shit designed to help you if you can make mistakes the entire fight. But this thing right here is like, okay, now like you said, not only do you have hyper armor, not only do you have this wake up move that's super duper hey, get off me. Not only do you have this stance thing that gives you like armor on startup, it's like and then damage
Yeah.
buff. It's like, golly, dude,
And
do we
then
really need this much help?
like he turns your character into a super character for like however long heat lasts, you know?
And depending on who it is, they got a loaded gun. Heat.
Yep.
And you just like,
Hey, and
all right.
some people literally have a gun.
Yeah,
Oh, which one to do with
Literally
the
shoot
Victor
you.
looking dude?
yeah, Victor.
Well, it's
Those are the-
Victor. It's Victor and it's Nina too. They both
Yeah,
got guns that will shoot
oh
you.
my god.
just shoot you. I'm just like, damn, man. And again, recoverable health. It's like, yeah,
I
it
mean,
looks cool, but God, it's like,
I was saying to her earlier. I said recoverable health, and then when you activate, so I said, what the hell is this Bloody Roar? Bloody
Yeah.
Roar did that shit.
yeah,
It's like now it's like, oh yeah, now I'm going to check. I'm like, why?
Well, here's the thing. I'm glad you brought that up too. Like since Tekken is like the standalone 3D game, it's like it's incorporating everything that other 3D games have done. So it can kind of appeal to many games. So you got Dead or Alive stuff in it. You have Soul Calibur stuff in it. Um, of course, Tekken stuff in it. And so it's like everything that's 3D fighting they put into this one game to make people, gather people into this version of the game. So it's crazy. Of course, and then they have like the Soul Calibur team and a former DOA uh, employee working on the game.
the
So
director.
director.
Yeah, that's Shimbori. He was like the main guy behind Dead or Alive 5 and 6. And it's like, and you can see it in the game. And like I said, it looks cool,
Yeah,
but you know, the fact that all that Tekken is now, it pulled everybody. Because as soon as the game came out, because I remember we talked about this way back when Tekken 7 became mainstream when Nakuma showed up. Because it was
Yeah.
the first version of the game, and they were like, oh, okay, Tekken, whatever. As soon as Kuma showed up, everybody was like, I've been a Tekken fan since Tekken 0, Bloodline Rebellion. It's like, okay. And then now everybody's here. And then Tekken 7 over time slowly evolved into like, hey, you don't really care about Tekken, but do you care about King of Fighters Tekken Edition? You don't really care about Walking Dead, but you like Walking Dead Tekken Edition? And then when Street Fighter fell off, then Mortal Kombat fell off, and then Dead or Alive fell off, and all these folks were like, "Well, I need something to play. My game dead." Well, Tekken got your director from that game, the cool mechanic from that game, and the character that kind of looked like the character from that game. Come on in, y'all. And then
Yep.
the Tekken guys are just like, what happened to my game, bro? I feel like the Tekken pros are pretending to enjoy this game because they're just
It's
like, you know,
yeah. It's like Tekken has no competition when it comes to 3D fighters. Like you said, everybody's dead. There's no Virtua Fighter.
And
yeah,
that
Yep, like you
person
said,
told
there's no Virtua Fighter, there's no DOA, there's no Soul Calibur. You know, there's just it's just Tekken that's left. Like,
yeah,
what else are you gonna play? Where else you gonna go?
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
You
That
know?
then I was gonna say with the whole DOA implication. I was watching Herb play Tekken 8 at Frosty, and I was looking at him like he was fighting this other person. I was like, I said, what the hell? I saw somebody like run to the wall. I said, why is the wall blowing up and all? I said, it's some DOA shit. What the fuck is this?
blue. Wow, look at it go. Like,
Danger zones.
and it made sense for Dead or Alive because Dead or Alive built its entire brand off of entertainment. Because I think I was talking to you and Tyrell about it in the morning, Chris. Well, I was like, Dead or Alive's whole gimmick was all about it was like the WWE of fighting games. Like, yeah, there's a competitive edge to it, but part of what makes it Dead or Alive is that bombastic, cool, knock somebody off the side of a building
Yeah,
thing. Meanwhile, Tekken had a more like it was more nuanced in a competitive sense. But now
yeah,
that there's no Dead or Alive, Tekken got to pick up the DOA slack
yep.
and add explosions and guns. And I'm surprised a dinosaur don't come out the arena and bite someone and then throw them into another one.
Yeah, man.
Like,
Yeah, it's crazy. And side note, I still think DOA like looks good when it comes to like presentation. I still haven't seen a game or fighting game that matches DOA in presentation and entertainment. It's so beautiful the way you knock somebody off a stage into a light or through a window, and it's like
yeah,
what Tekken is doing with that type of entertainment stuff. It's like it still doesn't look better than DOA. DOA is
yeah,
like
it,
still the king when it comes to the type of stuff.
yeah, it can't because Tekken is like really it's really it's constrained on purpose because that's the identity of Tekken. Like Dead or Alive can get away with it because you know how like when you create a character and you can do your slider for your attributes or whatever, like oh I want more charisma or more strength. Like
Hmm.
Tekken took a lot of that away, and the one time they tried it, Tekken 4, people were like, ugh, never do that again. Stop. You
Yeah,
guys can't handle walls for whatever reason. But DOA was just like, hey man, look, the whole point is to just look cool. Like, what other game can you Azuna drop some dude off the Great Wall of China? Like,
Got somebody
hey,
off
it's
one
so
of
sick.
them big old hills off a valley
It's going right off a cliff.
yeah,
into the fall all the way down low and still be alive trying to fight for their life.
yeah, because like if you look at Tekken, like it looks cool in Tekken, but it won't look as cool because like I think the what was it Jan Lee, not Jan Lee, wow, Lee Chalon stage where you could break the balcony and fall down the glass ceiling into the bottom floor.
Yeah,
And it's like that is the coolest y'all can make it look. But DOA 2 did it 25 years ago. That
way.
same thing.
Hey, and it
Yeah.
still looks way better, which is crazy. Which
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yep. And it's like that's the problem. Like that. And when it comes to like 3D fighters, it's unfortunate that so many of them have gone the way of the dinosaur, because it just puts all of the stress on Tekken, which it shouldn't have been like that. I wish these games didn't kill themselves, forcing Tekken to basically destroy itself in order to accommodate all these other people. Because this whole homogenization of the fighting game genre is so whack, bro. There's no value here. I don't think Tekken 8 is gonna last as long. People think it's cool now, but the mindset for most gamers is really short. It's really
Mhm.
short. Like people are gonna stay on Tekken because there's nothing left, not because they like it. Eventually, this shit's gonna get annoying. You're gonna run into Victor again. It's like, God damn it! If this dude shoots my foot and blows up the stage again with this weird sword combo,
Man, teleport mid combo stomp. I was like, what the hell is this shit?
Yeah, and I know a lot of people say like, man, Tekken's always been weird. I'm like, that's not the point. You're trying to like stress my argument past what it actually is. Like Tekken has always been weird and quirky on a surface level. It didn't affect the gameplay this much. You saw not a raccoon, but a kangaroo was like, damn, that's pretty silly. But the raccoon didn't throw you into a truck that blew up, and then a pterodactyl came and hit you off the stage.
Yeah.
Like that's not Tekken. But rant over.
Yeah. 100%. I couldn't say it no better.
But I mean, we'll just see. The how fast this patch came out, I think, is indicative of the lifespan of this game. Because it's like, dang, 2 weeks already getting patched. Okay, it looks like we in for a long one.
Oh yeah. I can't wait to see how it unfolds though. We'll see.
Yeah,
This
Cross.
game.
It could be anything it wants to be, including a shitty Dead or Alive, a shitty Soul Calibur, a shitty Street Fighter. Wow, fuck it. Just go crazy. Do whatever you want. Oh boy. But next up we have this one's pretty obvious. We all saw this coming.